Today, we're talking about the 6 things I did not do to lose my first 10 pounds. Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. I'm Sarah. If you're new, don't forget to subscribe so you never miss any of my other videos. And if you like this one, also make sure to hit that likey guy. But today, I want to talk about the 6 things that I have done in the past that I am not doing anymore. Number 1, I am not working out twice a day. This is something that I definitely did do in the past, mostly right when I very first started to work out ever. And let me tell you what the biggest influence was of me trying to do 2-a-days was, and that was The Biggest Loser. Yeah, television shows, weight loss shows. You know, it's like you know that they're doing extreme amount of exercise. The thing is that it's not real life. We can't try to emulate that in our own lives. It's not realistic. It's not sustainable. Life just can't happen like that. Kind of makes me worried with it coming back to television this month. From what I understand, they are trying to do things differently. I know I've actually semi-followed the female trainer, Erica Fit-Love, you know, and she's someone who's lost a ton of weight, so at least she has that personal experience in her life. But it is a show. They are going for entertainment and they are going for watch time and views and all that, and so it's not normal life. That's a rabbit hole. It did influence me when I first started losing weight. I used it as like a motivation tool, and I just took it to an extreme, and I was working out like 2 hours a day. I was doing like an hour of cardio, and then I did hire a personal trainer, and I was relying on that. She was great, but it's just not sustainable. Like, I literally was going to the gym twice or being there an extreme amount of time. It feeds into things like that. That's the only important thing in life, or that's the number one priority. And so it led into things which I'll get into later, but is like, you know, avoiding going out with friends and other unhealthy habits that just isolate you. So yeah, it is something that I kind of have to keep myself in check with when I start watching weight loss shows, because it can kind of feed into that mentality and reboot it or trigger it to just start doing extreme amount of exercise. It makes me sad too when I see other people, I don't know, I mean, is this such a faux pas to say, like, excited about their success, but they're doing 2-a-days. They're working out 2 hours a day. I've had friends that are like, yeah, we just do back-to-back classes and stuff, but then you see them bounce back, you know, and it could be for other reasons, but there's just no reason in life to have to do 2-a-days. So yeah, it's something that's of the past, and I just refuse to continue to do. Number 2, restriction, or just really under eating. I literally was plagued, I would say up until just a year and a half ago, was under eating. I am a 5'7.5", 5'8" woman. I'm 38 years old now. I mean, I've been going through weight loss junk for 10 years. Yeah, I mean, it's been a freaking decade of me going through all of this. Fortunately, I think it's just the new weight loss, weightlifting culture that's really been pushing people maybe to realize that restriction is bad, but I think that it's still, the word isn't out enough. It definitely can't be. I think people who struggle with their weight and losing weight think that restriction and under eating is the answer, or they don't even realize. Like, I didn't even realize I was under eating. Now, where was I? So I just totally got interrupted with a phone call, but I'm glad that I took it. So for like a decade, nearly, like pretty close to, I was literally like starving myself. It's just wild to think. I just had no idea, and I think there's a lot of other people out there that have no idea. I would freak out if I went over 1,400 calories in a day, and I am too big of a person to eat under that. And so literally the restriction was real. It was really bland and unimaginative. I lacked variety. you know? And so I literally remember there being moments when I would just like freak out, and I don't think I can say that I've ever binged because I've never done like blacked out and just ate like crazy. I've definitely eaten things that I shouldn't have, and I've overeaten. When I hear about people binging and stuff, I don't quite identify with that. I've definitely, you know, overeaten, or, you know, had like a quarter of a cheesecake or something like ridiculous like that I should never eat that much of. And then I would just like go off the deep end. I mean, like, as far as like abandon the wagon. Man, life throws things at you, and sometimes you gotta pack up and go, and you don't know when you're coming back. That's what happened to me anyways. Life just throws you things, and it's gonna screw up your routine, but that doesn't excuse me to just stop being healthy. Kind of getting off on a tangent there. Essentially, you know, now I eat a lot more. And when things happen, I don't stress about it. So let's get into number 3. And this is also a food related one, and that's the fact that I don't avoid eating out, and I don't avoid eating out with friends. The essential, like, extreme part of that is total isolation, which I have lived in before about 10 years ago, and probably continued along the way through the last decade, is isolation, avoiding eating out. I mean, not just eating out, but like eating out with friends, like not doing a special occasion with my husband. Something that can tell you that you're doing this is if you're turning down invitations to be with friends, to be with family, because you know that there's gonna be foods there that tempt you and trigger you. And I get that there's that fear of not having the self-control, because I still struggle with that. It's like you just gotta build up a tolerance and a thicker skin, and it takes practice to be able to gain that self-control. So, and then you gotta recognize when you win and celebrate that. So yeah, so I mean, just this last week, we had dinner with friends and we were invited out. So we didn't pick the restaurant, and it was a Chinese restaurant, which is like, I haven't eaten Chinese in like 5 years because it's generally really bad for you. You know, a restaurant, they cook it with tons of oils, it's loaded with sodium. I was just like, I can't avoid this. I don't want to be an avoider. You know, I want to have fun in life and enjoy being out with friends. And so I went out and I just kind of pre-planned it into my day, and knowing that I was going to have probably a big meal or a heavy meal, and, you know, not knowing that I wouldn't be able to track it very well. Just like when I got there, I just tried to be mindful, and I ate foods that I liked, but I didn't eat too much of them. And you know what? You know, I still lost weight in the end. Maybe I didn't lose as much. I don't know, but I don't really care, because I'm still gonna just keep on pushing, right? I'm still gonna live healthily, exercise, and I'm not gonna like start living backwards because I went out once, you know? So I'm no longer avoiding eating out with friends and family. It's okay. Number 4. This is an important step in a weight loss journey, but I don't stress about it not being perfect anymore. And that is my sleep. Now, so sleep plays a huge part in our hormones and our brain and our decision making like regions. I used to get really stressed about what time I'm going to sleep, when I'm waking up, just like to an unhealthy level. And so, you know, when things just don't go perfectly, or if I have a hard time sleeping that night and I am way too tired to work out that day, then that's just the way it is. You just gotta listen to your body. So yeah, so it's just about not stressing as much, not thinking that everything in your life has to be perfect in order for you to have success. Number 5. This is also kind of a time related one, and also food, and that is stressing about eating every 2.5 to 3 hours. I used to be super stressed and like would set alarms on my phone, just like had to stop whatever I was doing to make sure that I ate my perfect little amount of calories every X number of hours, and thinking that that would speed up my metabolism and all that. There are other benefits to eating regularly, which I still do, but it's not to like that kind of extent of a stressor in my life. Now I kind of wait to be hungry. I want to listen to my body more, so I do still plan out more or less what I'm gonna eat, or just have my like go-to snacks or meals or whatever, leftovers from the night before, but I kind of wait till I'm hungry to have that. I literally used to be stressed watch the clock for having a protein shake within 30 minutes after working out. There's benefits to that, but it's just not worth the stress that it is in my life. I'm just not stressing about that anymore. And it feels nice to not be stressed. And lastly, number 6. This one's a little bit of a twofold. That is that I don't go to the gym. I work out at home. I have done all of my exercise at home. And that's really been fun. It's a lot more convenient, but I would say that the second part of that, like the part B to that, is that I'm not doing it with a personal trainer. Like, it's totally not necessary. There were a lot of benefits to that in the past. It has taught me how to work out, how to like do it with intensity, but you don't have to do it that way. You don't have to have a personal trainer teach you that. You could do it without. You don't have to spend a whole bunch of cash there like I used to. It hasn't all been bad. I definitely had a lot of good things come from that, but I'm just really glad that I don't have to continue to spend my money that way. So for me, it's just been a really good benefit to be able to know that I can achieve my goals by modifying or, you know, doing something alternatively that works for me and the setup that I have. Okay guys, so that is 6 things that I used to do that I don't do anymore to lose weight, to do fat loss, and just to kind of improve my life, make it a more healthy lifestyle. And let me know down below if you've been guilty of any of these things in your life, what maybe you've done before that you don't do anymore, that you fix and you're correcting. I know I'm not the only one, and I just hope that this can help maybe trigger if there are any red flags going on in your routine. So let me know down in the comments below what kind of things you have going on in your life. Well, that's it for now. Thank you so much for joining me. If you stayed this long, you definitely need to subscribe. Make sure you hit that like button for more videos like this. And until next time, stay well, stay blessed. I just need to